What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Undrafted Views. We're here. We talk sports from the sidelines, and we're going to talk about the Brooklyn Nets today. Yes, the Brooklyn Nets. We like them too. And we're going to cover the things that we know about the team as we get ready for the upcoming season, and some things we suggest based off of our watch of them in the regular season and in the NBA bubble. So let's get started.
Okay, so here's what we know about the Brooklyn Nets. First of all, they finished the season at 35-37, which landed them the 7th spot in the Eastern Conference.
Yes.
Because of this, they had to go against the Toronto Raptors when they got swept in the bubble 4-0, which caused them to hire a new coach in Steve Nash. Steve Nash is now the leader of the pack.
No. Steve Nash is on paper their head coach.
Basically, and that's it. Yeah, it's going to be a problem, but okay. So Caris Levert was phenomenal in the NBA bubble. He averaged 20 points and 9 assists, basically almost a double-double.
Mm-hmm.
He was the MVP of the Brooklyn Nets, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Yes. What it allowed me to see, because the Brooklyn Nets had a couple of players who were injured or either opted out of the NBA bubble.
Yeah.
You had Kevin Durant, who was injured. We never saw him put on a Nets jersey. Kyrie Irving got injured and probably would have opted out of the NBA bubble. Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie, who also opted out. DeAndre Jordan, Wilson Chandler, Nicholas Claxton, Taurean Prince, and then Jamal Crawford played one game and he got injured.
Okay.
Get well, Jamal. See, Jamal's 40 years old and he played 6 minutes in the NBA bubble and he injured his left hamstring. I'm sure he's well now. But I say all that to say that Caris Levert had to be the focal point of the offense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he also had Jarrett Allen at center, who played extremely well, averaged 10 points in the bubble, 14.8 rebounds,
Mm-hmm.
protected the rim, was a great second option. You had Joe Harris hitting almost 60% from the three-point line. I mean, they gave it all they had. It just wasn't enough.
It just wasn't enough. And I don't think their expectations were actually high anyway, because they had so many of their star players and so many of their great players not be able to even make it to the bubble. I think the effort that the Brooklyn Nets put into competing while in the bubble was sufficient. It was sufficient. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was sufficient. I think what it did for me is more so showcase the growth and potential of Caris Levert, which is great for the Brooklyn Nets when they're talking about preparing for their next season. So I think that's where the benefit of the Brooklyn Nets going to the bubble was the highlight of Caris Levert and his potential in the league. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be great. I mean, just to think that he was making $2 million during the NBA bubble, but he's scheduled to jump up significantly at 16, 17, and 18 million in the coming seasons.
Yeah.
Now, I also worry about whether we will continue to be able to see his wonderful talent once the superstars get back on the court.
I'm concerned about that as well, because we know that KD and Kyrie will be the ones that will hold all of the noise. They're going to be the ones that's going to always shine. I'm hoping that Caris Levert has made a name for himself with just a bubble play, that he will be their third option. I think he earned it. And hopefully with him being on the squad and getting equal minutes will be really great for his career. I just don't want him to have all that talent that he developed in the bubble, that he was able to showcase in the bubble, to then be put on the back burner once the season starts again. Because I think that'd be a detriment to his career. Yes, he'll be making more money, which is great. Make your paper. Mm-hmm. But from a projection standpoint, I don't want you to be missed.
Right.
So yeah, we got these superstars, KD and Kyrie, which is great for the organization. But then you have all these other great players that are going to be under that and that will probably be overlooked. And I don't want that to happen to Caris Levert.
No. And if it does, then he should be demanding a trade or something.
Hello.
Yeah. Because the worst thing that can happen is for him to waste his talent and coming into his prime, playing backseat to KD and Kyrie in
Absolutely.
Brooklyn.
Who are probably at their peak or on their way down. Let's just be honest.
Exactly.
They've
Yeah.
had their time. So yeah, no, Caris Levert, don't sleep on the fact that you may have to leave Nets. Maybe not this year, but keep your eyes open for that.
Yeah. So, as I reviewed the Nets roster, there's like a bunch of players who are probably from the G League or for the local YMCA or
Stop it.
I did not know half of these players.
I know. And is it because national sports stations don't talk about Brooklyn Nets as much? Maybe that's why.
They will.
Trust.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Trust. They're going to be all in their business. So
Yeah.
I hope so. So that's why I'm saying, don't allow Caris Levert, don't allow your light to be dimmed. Find your footing, find your way, and make sure that you are still being visible, because you have an opportunity to really, really make it big, in the league. And I don't want you to miss that, because you are really, really great to watch. You put up the numbers, and so your production was amazing, considering what you had to work with. So you can be a great compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Nash, head coach. Oh, I'm sorry. Kyrie, KD. Make sure y'all take care of Caris Levert.
So check it out. No, speaking of KD, he, after rupturing his Achilles, a lot of people are saying that he may not be the KD that we all know.
I disagree with that. I think he'll still do it.
I hope so. I'm a huge KD fan.
I think his skill and his fundamentals will kick in, and he's gonna still be the best. I don't get that from him. I'm looking forward to him showing up again. It may take him a minute to get his footing. He hasn't played in a year. But once he gets started, no, KD is going to still shine. I can see it. His play was so phenomenal when he went out. To think that he just lost all of that because he ruptured his Achilles, I don't believe that. No, not at all. Not one way. I don't believe it.
Okay. I hope you're right, because I love KD. I mean, I've been riding with him since he was with OKC. And Golden State, which was a great run. Everybody said he sold out when he went there, and he left a championship team. Golden State is a championship contender with or without him, but he left them to go to Brooklyn to start from scratch, basically.
Yeah, which is great. One thing I like about the Brooklyn Nets is that the last time they did make it to the NBA Finals once upon a time, and their first appearance as a New Jersey Nets was in 2002. And then they went back to the finals in 2003. So the road ahead that KD and Kyrie will have to trek to make sure that they make it back to the finals is going to be huge. And I'm quite sure, because they have those two superstars and Caris Levert, because they have those superstars, there is no way that their fans, that the news media do not think that they can't make it to the finals again. They have to. They're too talented not to. Now, whether it be this year, this upcoming season, or the next upcoming season, they need to make sure they make it. So they have a huge burden on their shoulders, whether they want to admit it or not, that they have to make it to the finals. How do you have those two superstars together and not make it to the finals? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It really is championship or bust. So some of the things that I suggest the Brooklyn Nets do. First of all, we all know they hired Steve Nash. Never coached a team before. I don't even know if he's ever coached a little league team before.
But he did play. So I guess
he played
enough on his resume.
Okay. I don't know. But my suggestion and recommendation is they need to really determine who is the head coach, and not just on paper.
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast recently where Kyrie said that it's going to be a collective effort. No. The head coach should be the main guy, giving instruction, telling you where you need to be on the court. There should not be a collective effort where KD said this, but Kyrie said that, but Jacques Vaughn said this. No, there should be one voice.
It sounds great. You want a collaborative environment. It seems wonderful. And I believe it can happen. My challenge and my concern would be when they don't agree. See, because it's all fine when y'all agreeing. Everybody's agreeing, and now you got D'Antoni on your team.
D'Antoni. Stop it.
Cut it out. Mm-hmm. But y'all all talk the collaborative effort, and everybody's giving their input, and everybody's going to be the coach, and we all going to work together. It's all fun and in giggles when we all agree. The moment there's a disagreement, I'm hoping that they will establish what the hierarchy will be in moments of disagreement. Because if they don't establish what that looks like, Brooklyn will be disastrous. I'm just telling you. And if Steve Nash doesn't set he has to be, as a head coach, he needs to set some expectations. Yes, of course, KD and Kyrie, I'm going to listen to you. Of course, we will have collaborative discussions. But the final word is mine.
Yes.
And I expect that you guys will accept that. See, the problem is, will they accept it? Because if they don't accept it, and then all of a sudden we have a breakdown in their locker room, it's going to be a problem with them playing on the floor. So it needs to be clear. What is our protocol? What will it be when we disagree? That's what I want to know.
Interesting. Because, you know, as much as I am looking forward to see them play, I see chaos ahead.
When you don't have someone that is going to be the final word, because you will disagree. You will disagree. KD and Kyrie will disagree. What is their resolution mechanisms to make sure that they can move forward in agreement, although you don't agree, and still be able to perform? That's what the piece that's missing for me. And I hope that they establish that in their locker room, because without that, it will be chaotic. It will be disastrous, and we'll be able to see it unfold on the court.
Yeah. And then if I can add to that, Kyrie and KD have a reputation of not being the easiest people to coach. They're very outspoken. They will blast you in the media, on social media. Mm-hmm. And then to think that Steve Nash, Mike D'Antoni, and Amari Stoudemire, is Jacques Vaughn still on the list? I think Jacques Vaughn as well. Jacques Vaughn should have been the head coach, first of all. That's my suggestion. Can we rearrange the coaching staff? Can we make Jacques Vaughn the head coach?
I'm not here for it. I'm telling you, it's going to be something to watch. As the Brooklyn world turns is what we're going to be up against. I'm telling you, it's all good and it sounds great. And yeah, absolutely. Okay. Until y'all disagree, because the disagreement will happen. And it doesn't have to be bad. Disagreements are not bad. They are only become bad or cancerous when we don't have resolution mechanisms in place. That's all I'm saying. Put it in place. I'm telling you. Nash, I'm telling you right now, put some mechanisms in place. Conflict resolution in place. If you don't establish what that is, it's going to be disastrous.
Yep. And everyone's going to be talking about it because the media is going to be focused on, I'll tell you who they're going to be focused on. Brooklyn Nets, Miami Heat, and maybe Milwaukee, because it'll be Giannis's last year under contract.
Yeah. In the East, who they're going to focus on. In the East.
Yes, in the East. Okay. Mm-hmm. So yes, you guys will be on the national stage and we will be hearing about it way over here in California.
I can't wait. And I'm here for it. That's why we got y'all on our watch list.
Oh yes. Yes, we do.
Yes.
All right. So
I think that one thing that I suggest is that they really, and I mentioned it previously, that they really, really make sure that Caris Levert is some sort of third option. That talent should not be wasted on the bench, not exposed, in the regular season. Don't miss the fact that you have a gem in Caris Levert, and I don't want it to be lost. That's just me. He'll be a great addition. He's a great addition to the team.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I also think that I know that every team trades and want to make their roster better as they think about the upcoming year and how their team can compete with their other organizations. I think that if they're ever, I hope they're not considering trading Spencer Dinwiddie, because I think he is a great second option to KD. I'm not sorry, KD, but for Kyrie, considering Kyrie, unfortunately, is injury prone. So you still need someone that's going to be able to be the backup. Another thing that I suggest is that they find a way to leverage or use their draft pick. They have a draft pick that's first round draft pick. They picking at 19, I think, for this upcoming draft. And if they Find talent in the draft, great. If not, they can use that to leverage if they are for maybe another player from another team, if they need to, fix holes or something.
Yeah. Should they keep Jamal Crawford?
I'm quite sure he only signed maybe if it even was a 1-year deal. He was only to replace Spencer Dinwiddie. That's
I
why
was just wondering. Hey, Jamal Crawford is 40 years old, and
for what? What would you go? I mean, if you want to keep him on the team and pay him what? What did he get?
$289,000.
Okay, well,
yeah, that's not gonna mess up the budget.
No, he can come along for the ride if that's what they want to do. But
you know what? I just thought of this. I think he would be a great liaison between KD, Kyrie. That's like one, and the coaching staff.
Oh, he can almost play the same role as Udonis from the Heat.
Yes. He can also be like a mediator too, because there's gonna be some tempers flaring. He might be good for that because he ain't gonna get any time on the court. Okay, my last suggestion for the Brooklyn Nets is that KD and Kyrie stay healthy. You mentioned earlier that Kyrie is injury prone. KD is coming off of a serious injury that ended his not career, but the season for him.
Yeah.
I worry though. I worry about him trusting his tendons and ligaments down there. As he jumps off of that foot, or I don't care who you are. I think, or what kind of medical treatment you've had. I don't think that you're the same player mentally that you can trust that particular body part that went through such a traumatic injury.
Yeah.
At some point, you're gonna be like, okay, can I do it at game speed? Because he hasn't played in any contact games since then.
Yeah, and they say that you're never ready until you are playing in the game. You got to be playing in the game to get ready, So I think that I still have faith in him. I think he'll be okay. I think the year that he took off was needed. I'm glad he didn't rush back, So I hope it works out for him. I do believe a sooner start for him would be better than waiting. Let's get the season started. I mean, we really need the season to start again, not only for players' confidence, especially those that are coming off injuries, but also for the salary cap and the revenue that the NBA needs to bring in. I can't say it enough. Players, let's really talk about what it is. But, I think that one of the things about the Brooklyn Nets drafting someone in the late first round, because I think they have the 19th pick, is that Caris Levert was actually first round pick 20. And Jarrett Allen was first round pick 22. So there's some gems that you can potentially find around that particular pick time frame that may really work in their favor if they were to keep that pick and then use it to help their team. So
nice.
I thought it was an interesting correlation when I looked it up. So
Yeah. This is all kind of hidden talent. All right, you guys, thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Undrafted Views. If you like this sort of content, please consider subscribing to our channel. This is what we do. We talk sports from the sidelines, but we will see you guys on the next one. But until then, peace. Okay.